What's up, YouTube fam? It's Dark Angel's Journey. I'm Shakira. So, figured do a little back testing on NQ, show you my paper trading account on TradingView and see how we did this week, and see how I would have traded NQ in the same way. I did go a little crazy on Friday. I don't know what's up with that, but I didn't follow any of the processes. Hang on. I didn't follow any of the processes that I did earlier in the week. So my Friday was not as good as my trades early in the week, which is unfortunate, but we all run into these issues. I'm currently listening to Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. It's it's hilarious because as he's talking about all these psychological challenges, it's literally what I'm going through. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm listening to ocean waves in my ears because I'm looking for a way to relax myself and reduce my stress and all of that stuff. Let's go this way so I'm not so um dark. But anyway, let's take a look at the paper trading account and let's see what we can figure out on NQ. All right. So let's get tanny. Cool. All right, so first things first, let's take a look at my history here. And I was very proud of myself at the start of this week because I was doing relatively well. I was paying attention, being very strategic, and waiting for my 25 or 20, just under somewhere between 26 and 20 ticks. And so we saw on the 11th, I took two trades, one loss in the morning. I missed my entry too early and I didn't retake it. And then in the afternoon, I took my about 21 takes here, approximately 21, 22. So I thought I was turning around, and then I got my full 25 takes here on the 12th, and then I took another trade in the afternoon and messed it up. And then, as you can see, on the 13th, I took one trade, took a one tick loss, and didn't do anything else. But yesterday is the coup de grace where I just kind of went a little nuts. So obviously, I lost my mind on this first one. As we're starting to see, and I don't know why I entered after this, since I had waited for it to come to break even, got myself out of here, but then somehow, I don't know, my mind just went nuts and I went in again and then took three more losses. Weirdly enough, I thought I'd only taken three losses because I was like, yeah, I'm stopping here with my three losses. But no, I took one, two, three, four, five trades that day, which is it's not the best, but it's not the worst. So I started the week at 16,392 and I was almost up to 17,000, and then I've slowly just whittled away at it. But I'm still in a positive per where the week started, so I'm still pretty happy with that. In any case, let's see about some back testing. I was taking a look at what NQ, because I don't really analyze NQ. I was trying to see what NQ was driving up into. And so I was just noting the bearish order block. There's two right here. And then I've just noticed, that's why you gotta zoom in, right? The fair value gap in here. So it's a weekly fair value gap that they're digging up into or heading towards. I'm just seeing that. And let's zoom in a little closer. Yeah. Right. So on the weekly, they're reaching up for this premium fair value gap. And I'm just gonna put weekly on that puppy. Nice. And for now, they've wicked up into this portion of the wick and midpoint. All right, well, let's see. Let's drop down to the daily on that. And so if they want to come back down, we've got this whole fair value gap here, little volume imbalance, fair value gap, my general expectation would be for them to come into this order block, this fair value gap, for the most part, maybe hang out, stop here, and then continue back up if that's what they're trying to do. But, as with all things, we gotta wait till Monday and see how things work out. All right. So since we're trying to figure out, look at that gross candle on NQ for Friday. Isn't that ugly? That's not a this is not a day I would have wanted to be trading, which I did, which is why I got chopped up so badly. All right, so let's do this, let's do that, so I can do the replay button. So I've been waiting for 10 o'clock. And let's see. So NQ is a little different than the way ES had been set up. The London low has already been taken for NQ here, and then they reached up and took out the highs. Previous PM high too, so anything left under here, from my perspective, is the previous day's PM low. So let's specify that as sell side for now. I am trying to set myself up to only look for 20 to 25 ticks because I just need to be consistent for now. And stop trying to be anything but. Can I switch to regular trading hours without it kicking me all the way out? I think it kicked me all the way out again. Ah, all right. So can't use that for testing purposes. Let's bring it back up here. And what is this? Ah. Let's set this which way, top right. It's white, so nobody can see it, obviously. I'm trying to set everything to like blue or something, so it's not. It's like middle. Yeah, right's fine. So technically, depending on how far it goes, you should be able to see it. This is a bearish order block. No, it's right. Okay. So bearish order block and the top of the two. Let's give these different colors because I'm gonna assume it's some sort of sell side. So let's make them yellow or something bright like that. Okay. Weird that it's not showing up. It's odd. But anyway. So let's see what opportunities we get with NQ. It's 9:45. It's dropped down to, well, before we do that, let's do a little analysis, right? It's already running, so I can't touch it and do anything with it. 15-minute, what do we have? Low, lower low, traded through. So the highest, let's zoom in on this spot. Zooming in is so important. Zoom in on this price action right here. So high, well, low, lower low, traded through. So the tallest, zoom in some more because my eyes are terrible. So the tallest candle, green candle, should be the breaker. So let's assume this is our breaker. I'm looking at the body, not the wick. And let's set that as our bullish breaker right there. What's inside of here? We've got this order block, fair value gap for the breaker. So let's do a little, in the event that it comes back down to this breaker, and this is NQ, so the largest stop loss I would want is, I think 80 ticks is $100, I think, in NQ. All right. And don't know how much 250. So if 80 ticks is $100, so 160 is 200. So somewhere Up there would be like 265 or whatever. I might be wrong, whatever. We'll see. So my general expectation would be something like this. We also have this big fair value gap here. So we'll see. Anyway, so an estimate for a quick long, something like that. So let's watch it as we come up here. It's hit this thing. It's 9:45. Let's drop to a 5 minute. And all right, so 10 o'clock comes around and we wick down. Let's look at that on a 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's go back to 5 minutes. So what I'm looking for now, we've hit a point of interest. Let's see how they behave. They might give us some sort of like, we're trying to come back down and maybe we can like, I mean, overall, I'm bullish, but starting to realize that Fridays like could potentially be considered like profit take-in time, right? So what I'm going to do is from this price leg to this price leg, I got to make sure that I'm in some sort of a, whatever I'm doing, it has to be in some sort of a, if I'm trying to go short, it has to be in a premium. If I'm trying to go long, it has to be in a discount at a point that makes sense. So if I'm looking at this on the 5 minute, do top of the breaker, then I'd be thinking, if it's coming down, top of the breaker, my stop would have to be below here. So that's too much. So where can I be where I can get to 80? Where does that look like? Right about there. Okay, so that's just a tick or so to under that. So let's see how that works out. So something here would be my preference, and then we can write it up to this order block or something. Anyway, for now, let's see what we're doing. I'm gonna stick with a 5 minute for now. Okay. So there's news at 10 o'clock, right? So that's this wicking. So I'd probably want to wait like 15, 20 minutes before I do anything. Okay, so we're at 10:10. So we're reaching up. Oops, just take this off. We're reaching up quite liberally. Nice, nice. So let's see. What could we have done? What was juicy? Oh, look, I didn't realize. So on NQ, 10 o'clock, and I'm generally wanting to be at the lowest order block, right? And if they want to come back, then they'll hang out on this one. But the first tap I'm learning per ICT is to this guy. So, and then my stop would be under the wick. And again, if I want my to be up under it with my 80 ticks at minimum $100 or pips, whatever. And I'm looking for 25. Okay. That doesn't look bad. Just for funsies, and only because I'm just trying to see how much this thing actually is worth for how many ticks and things to get to 312, whatever, 20, 25, 26 ticks. So I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna do buy. Okay, just to whoa, okay. So just moving. Okay. Wait. So this tool isn't really working that well for NQ. All right, hold on. Let's see how many ticks we got here. So back up to here, 80, 85, and that's 435. I'd have been out already from that tap at the 10 o'clock time frame. Okay, weird. All right, and then it can't be right. Like by here, we're already that there. That doesn't make any sense. All right, whatever. I just wanted to see. And I don't think that's, let's see, it's movements. Let's do some measuring here because the tool might not be giving me the right measurements for where things are. So if I want it to be 75, let's see. That's in 76, 80 approximately. And from here, this movement here is 89. Okay, I don't know. It seems sort of wrong, if you ask me. Anyway, I would have been out taking my 3 cent, but I wouldn't even be trading this. I was just wanting to see if you would tell me. But anyway, so I'm gonna flatten that. That's no longer necessary. I'm just curious. Anyway, so let's do this. They came back down to the order block, stopped below it, and now they're going up. So looking pretty bullish. Digging into the order block here. Wow, NQ. Okay. So let's see. 4, 3, 2, 1. Low, lower low, traded through. So then on the 1 minute here, we had a bullish breaker, which never came back to. Yeah, so my general expectation would be if we're going up and we've got a correlation of a breaker, the like if there was a new week opening gap or something there, I don't know. It would be nice. So it looks like on a 3 minute. So let's see. This is the only fair value gap. So if I was crazy and I still wanted to go long, look at this price leg right here. Relative equal lows down here, all this. So it would have to come down past the 0.5 to this order block here. Fair value gap below here. At a discount. And then run back up. See this on the 5 minute. No fair value gap here, but we have this wick. So if it gets past it like past the halfway point, it's continuing down. Now, got an order block, what looks like a propulsion block. Like I said, if it goes past the body of this, then we're all right. Okay, so let's see. I need to be more flexible in my thinking. So in terms of probabilities, right? So on the 1 minute, we've come down to what is essentially a spot that makes, perfect sense. We did have a shift here. Now let's look at the way the movement's been up this way, right? Have we taken out any significant lows? So far, and this is something I need to pay close attention to when I'm doing this, when I'm trading, is so as we're moving up, so we moved up, we came back down into an order block. So when they're close, order block, and then took off. They didn't take out this low. When they didn't take out that low, right? And this one's too close. It's okay. This one is the one that makes sense to me. And then they continued on up. And then they came back down, even in that 10 a.m. wick, to this order block and then kept going, right? And now we've stopped, meandered, and we took out this low at this order block. Now, if I were to look at it from, hold on a second, sorry, just put this up. As this is one price leg, right? Let's look at it from that perspective. Approximately, we've just come into a discount fair value gap. So it would make sense for them to continue on up. There's a little fair value gap here, but look at how much they've done all this painting in here. So they wicked into it. And what time is it? That's the other thing, right? It's about 10:35. So they've come into a discount order block. So what is this? Low, lower low, traded through, right? So I think we just tapped a breaker right here. So let's see if they turn around. And we're above this thing. So I mean, let's be honest, like why wouldn't they want to touch it? And honestly, why wouldn't they want to touch that? It just feels like I always have to remember what's around price at any given time to know for sure that I should be okay. Now, if I was, consistently bullish, then I would have said, I don't know, something like this. That's a long wick, right? So in order for it to come to some sort of discount, right? Something like that, the stop below this thing. That's not a long lead time. And then, write it over that high, something like that, if I was still bullish. So let's assume I am. So let's go. Whoa. So it came down to it. It came down to it, and what did it do? It tapped into this guy where it hit the 75, and then this order block down here. So what did I say before that I forgot? We had the order block, then this propulsion block, which they ran away, and then they tapped and they took out the propulsion block, but they didn't close below it. Let's look at that. So I think that's dead. Let's look at that for. Let's look at it on. And they've come into a discount, and the bodies are telling me technically they're still trying to go up, right? That's what the bodies are telling me. So 3, no fair value gaps, just order blocks. 2, no fair value gaps. 1. Okay. So what did we just do? We took out that low and we respected about halfway up this wick. So potentially we'll continue up. I don't know. Let's see. This pattern here makes no sense to me, so I won't do anything. If I was a different person, like this that I'm waiting for down here makes sense. But this, order block, go up, it makes no sense to me. So what time is it? 10:35? Let's do that. Okay, so we're back here. So let's go to 4 minutes. So now we're digging down, right? So we're digging down and it's a lot more obvious now. We already took that low out, but we're digging down further. And on the 5 minutes, I said, like, if they were going to take out the body of this thing, which they closed this 5-minute candle and did so, then probably should shift your focus to bullish because now it's the potential for them to continue on down, I think. So I'm looking for a reason to go short. So I'm going to have to wait now. So what time is it? 10:40. Let's give it another. Boom. Okay. So I'm, just overall bullish, but in the moment right now, I'm very short focused. So maybe we can turn this into some sort of um inversion fair value gap and write it down to like this breaker or something. What time is it? 10:45. Okay. So now let's see. Does it leave us with something to play with? It left us with this tiny thing right here. Let's see what it looks like on the lower time frames. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see in 5 minutes here. So I don't like this. It's just, let's see how they behave here. But from a premium discount perspective, I'd have to get above here. So at least to this order block for a short. Let's see. So something like, let's say midway through that. And then let's see how much is this going to cost me. And then let's write it down to here. Something like that. Okay. And let's look at it on the 3 minutes. So right now we have a high, higher high traded through. So this looks like a bearish order block. So honestly, like something coming into still like my for it to go up. Could be wrong, but you know. Okay. Let's wait for it to come up to this guy. Well, where it is right now is not a bad spot because it could get rejected from here. But I wanted to dip above the 0.5. Oops. Does it? Oh, it taps it right there. So you know what? Let me be facetious here since I have a little breathing room. And then put it above there. Like so. Something like that. Assuming I've done this. And let's say we sell here. Okay. Okay, so the way this thing is calculating itself doesn't make a lot of sense to me on the NQ. I really, really, really don't understand it. Because then that's well over what I need for these quick trades. And it doesn't seem right. This contract is only $20, right? In comparison? What the heck, man? Anyway, let's look at it on 1 minute. All right. So we are expecting, actually not we, I'm expecting a drop from here. Let's say I'm gonna be cheap and like 0.5 would be right down here. Let's see how far we can take it. Okay. Oops, I'm about to lose my money. So one thing that I've been doing lately is not, what time is it? 11:09. Oof. Let's look at this on the 1 minute. What did we do? Hi, hi. Ta-da. Let's see how they're behaving here. If they get out of there, I'll exit. Oh, should have exited, right? But that's the rules. I'm gonna take my lick and go on about my business. Might re-enter if you give me something juicy, right? Let's get the 3 minutes, 1 minute. Okay. Or I should have just left it alone, probably, but you know. But my normal thing would have, since I'm trying to just get my 25 takes, I would have been out at that three something. It wouldn't even have made it down here. So that's fine. Okay. So now it's like 11:10 or whatever. So I'm gonna wait for like 11:50 lunchtime macro to tell me what the heck it wants to do with its life. So let's go like that. And it's 11:25. It's coming all the way up this order block right here. 11:20. Okay. So now it's 11:25. We're up in a nice premium. We are tapping into this order block that I originally wanted an entry from. Let's do this. Okay. And then let's come here and see what we're doing with the eyes. Now, having taken the three something, I probably wouldn't do anything with it at this point, but I'm trying to recognize the patterns right now. So lunchtime will run for liquidity. So where's the most juicy liquidity? So above here, we just have the buy stops. Down here, we have sell stops and a fair value gap. So most likely it will continue on down. Let's see if we get a lunch. Let's see if we, from a lunchtime perspective, try and take an entry from here. So it's still above the thing, so I'm gonna just sell right here and just to see how it plays out. Oof, those movements are rough, y'all. Okay. Oh, it tapped the 0.75 and they stop above the thingy. My entry would have been better, but whatever. Let's see. I want to see if the assumption for 5 minutes. So the 0.5 seems to be holding itself up. It's 11:50. Now we're looking for that macro to give me some. Okay, so what I should have done was waited for this to break because it came up, it took out some dudes. It probably looks semi-clear. Yeah, so they took these guys out, and now we're potentially dropping here. So let's see how that plays out. So that's a clearer view right there. Right, so let's flatten that and see if we can't see a proper entry from here now. Let's do one more. Okay, beautiful. All right, so let's take a look. What do we have? I would say, oops, something here with a stop above, and it's above the fair value gap. So let's see if we can't get an entry there when it comes back up. Let's see if it does. Okay, we're coming back up. All right, so we have a high, higher high traded through. All of this wick's a breaker, so let's see. Ooh, right. So they're going, and I've missed that boat. Let's see if there's a, on the 1 minute, let's see if there's a fair value gap. Should have checked this for the to refine the entry. Would have seen this order block as the main thing. Okay, and let's push another minute. Okay, so then this, let's put it above there. Let's refine it that way. And let's just aim for the breaker down here. See how that works. See if we get something. Let's go up, sell. Why'd you sell there? Whatever. It's not the entry that we wanted, but we'll go with it. Click too fast because it should have been right here, but whatever. So 125. Oh, you know what? Because we're on the higher time frame, it feels like it was moving a lot more. Okay, so order block. All right. 2, 4. Okay, so about here, the way I'm trying to trade to do consistency is I would take that. So let's see. Okay, so is 40 ticks what I'm looking for? That seems to be about 85. All right, so let's flatten here just for funsies because that's what we're looking for. And then let's see what happens. Order block. All right. Okay. Point of note. Gotta know where you are. There's a fair value gap just hanging out right there. All right. So this is on the 1 minute. Let's look at it on the 2 minute, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and 5 minutes. It's good to move through the time frames. Because like this entry would also have been perfectly fine at the New York lunch, just pshh, pshh, you know. And my expectations would be for them to take this out. They're coming back up. Now, if you're coming back up, we'll look at this price leg here. I want to see if they come back into a premium. I gotta get used to seeing that, right? Okay. Made almost equal lows there. Or was this the price leg? Well, they got to equilibrium there. That's about it. But anyway. Okay. So, based off of the lunchtime, so this is a lunchtime play, and I was thinking, yeah, they were going to come back down. So let's not forget our desire for a quick long back up here. Again, 20 something ticks. Wait. We getting here? Right. Waiting. Oops. That's what I wanted. Technically, if I'm being completely honest with you, I would want this order block outside the breaker, but I have to get used to the fact that they will tap the breaker and go sometimes. And ugh, that's gross. Let's see if we can't go get midway through or something to get below it stopwise. I need to get closer to 40, I think. You know what? Let's just go where we want to go and see if they come down. Let's do this on the 1 minute so we can watch it. Watch the behavior. So actually, I hope this doesn't give away the game, but I'm looking at the looking for the order block. So 15-minute order block is right here. That wick. The bullish order block there. That's a lot of wick. Oops. So I'm being a betting woman. That order block, something like that, stop below the breaker, like that. And then just riding it back up to, the top of this thing or something like that. So let's bring it down, tap the top. Sometimes I gotta just take it at the base of the breaker and be happy, right? Yeah, let's see. Because then I would have missed it just now, right? Because I could have had it tap the top of the breaker and then just, like I said, just run it back up to some of this, right? Because I just want to get my whatever and get out, right? Okay. So let's look at the PM session now that we're here. Let's look at this. All right. So we were in a premium right here, and now we're shifting downward. Okay, let's take a look at this on the 1 minute. The shift. What have we done? We've tapped into this right here, and we've taken out this short-term low. I'm hoping it leaves a fair value gap here, in which case it's already come into a premium. So for a short, I'm looking for something like, let's look at the order box there. So, oops, right there. So something like just below it, because I'm finding that every time I do something like that, okay, and then write it down to go, tap that order block breaker, something like that. So let's see if they give us the opportunity. Yes, they did. So let's sell there. Okay. Oof. 95. Okay, yeah, so 40 is where it's at. Or close. And I would have been stopped out right there. So let me just flatten and take my licks. And so if I look at this tiny price leg coming up here to this order block. I'm gonna sell right here again, given the nature, and see how well we do. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Okay. All right. So when we get to 3 something, we'll tag out. Let's put this on a 2 minute, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Man, these things just give away the game, don't they? Back to the 1 minute. All right. So we're expecting a continuation down. And I'm looking at low-hanging fruit objectives. There's that. Flatten, I'm good. Okay, so my original entry was too early. What did I miss? So I had to come back up here to when it came up, hold on, when it came up into the premium here from this price leg. What else was there? Well, that's where they got rejected from, but they were inside of this bearish order block still. That one, whatever. But they like to tap the top this guys, the first one first, and if they're gonna come back, they'll tap the second one and not dig into this one again. That's what I'm finding as I backtest. So that's beautiful. And then I would take my 3 something and go on about my business. Most likely they'll dig further down. And honestly, this is another clear potential for an entry. So I would put my thing right here and put my stop above it like that, look clean, and then come down. So if it comes up, I'll do another sell. If it gives me the opportunity. It doesn't appear like it's rolled right up in there nicely. So let's get a little sell there. All right, I got a phone call, so if this seems abrupt, then yeah, sorry about that, guys. Haha. All right, let's see if we can. So with an entry like this, that's all right. Let's. It's on the 1 minute. Let's look at it on the 5 minute. Would be definitely stopped out. But I was looking for the order block. I was looking for where I needed to put my stop, which is like 40 ticks or so approximately. So my stop would be there. So I don't, and it looks like it's consolidating. So let's go back. Let's cycle through. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that's that would be my stop, and I'm sticking to it. Expecting this propulsion block to hold. Let's see. I was expecting this fair value gap to hold, but technically it should be over here, but I'm not that good about that stuff. Okay. So just because this order block was the change instead of delivery, that's going to be me waiting for it to tell me what it's going to do with its life. We haven't hit $100 loss. That's not looking good. I mean, given where we are, we had a shift. Let's see. So high, higher high. This did not get shifted through. They did do it here. It's like the 2022 model, but there's no fair value gap. The indecision still makes me feel like I might be okay, but if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But 95, I'm this close. Oof. Okay, hold on. So that's if that says 120 from here, we're trying to be okay. So let's flatten because I would have been stopped out. So I would just stop here and be okay with what I've taken out of the market for the day. Let's come back up to a higher time frame. What are we missing? You know what? So let's see. We're at this order block right here, bearish. And if I'm didn't pay attention, price leg. All right. So we're in. My entry was not in a premium. Damn it. Okay. My entry's not in a premium for the price leg. So I feel like they're going to take this out. I'll maybe tap that one and then drop. Let's see. So if that's the case, let's look for an entry right about there with a stop right above here. And let's go back down here. Let's, because we're back testing, we can't stop, right? Because they like to do that. They like to sweep the highs and then drop. Oh, look at them dropping beautifully after taking me out. All right, so my original Okay, so this one had already been set here. Mm-hmm. Well, set here. I'm gonna stop above that, above the order block. So something like that. And then coming down. All right, well, this is just noise, I think. Okay, so what time is it? Ugh, time. So, let's see here. Talking about that. Are we gonna come back up and give us an opportunity? Let's watch it on the 1 minute. Mm, uh, don't have a breaker, but we do have a mitigation block right here. Let's see. And so what time is it? 2:25. So I've been waiting for them to come down here for a bit, right? To do a quick long backup. And when did I delete that? Let me just stop below that. All right, so I'm just gonna buy here since we're testing that out, the process. And since we got in there, whatever, stop below here. So we're waiting, and honestly, I'm just gonna ride it back up to about there, something like that. And let's see how that works. And let's zoom in on the spot here. Might be a good idea to wait for a nice pair of green candles too. Okay. So I think, did I just get stopped out there? I think I would have been, right? Looks like I barely missed it. And then definitely right there, some flat. I went up, whatever. So, what did we learn in that scenario here? We learned that it's, as always, wait for this fair value gap down here, right there. And then ride it back up into this. What time is it? 2:40. I'm not taking anything else, but it's a very strong downward move right now. But it's got to give you some sort of indication they want to continue down for an entry, even if we're looking for something like that. And stop is below, like a couple ticks below this guy once we've gotten some confirmation. So we're 5 minutes in, and that right there, the fact that they're caterwauling around it, wanting to take out this high. All right. And then maybe I'll be able to get an entry right here. See? And now we're at the top of the breaker. So I wanted a quick run back up to here to continue downward. See? And I would have been stopped out. But they never gave us an opportunity in this run here back into a premium. I guess they don't always have to. But I'm press the button because it's a very strong downtrend, and we already knew buy side's down here, which is why I was leery of this. I was hoping them to come back sooner and go. But all right, so they've on the 5 minute done all of this juiciness here. So then take a short from there. How big of a stop is that? Ugh, it's gross. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So if I'm anticipating them to drop, as we obviously are, so high, higher high, traded through, then this whole thing would be a breaker. So we'd have to assume something like this with a stop above the breaker. Okay. So then when it comes back here, I'd be assuming it's not going back any further higher than that, personally. We're running down, right? So coming back up, giving us a little opportunity. Oh, we took the low and the fair value gap. I mean, it's not really even a fair value gap there, it's up here. And then just ran. Just didn't give us any chance. Well. And looks like we're running. Would this be another, what time is it? 3 o'clock? Ugh, that 3 o'clock run. Like a short from here to take out this wouldn't go amiss, I don't think. And if I'm thinking about the leg, it would have to come all the way back up here to this order block. Maybe my breaker opportunity isn't so bad. See. But then this is in the way. It's coming back up. That's at the halfway point. So if I consider that and the time, 2:15, yeah, let's see if we can get back up there. Because I run the risk of missing it here. And there it is. Okay, so halfway point, stop above that guy and take something to take that out, I suppose. Let's see. And then you would have gotten it there. Not bad. Okay. All right, folks. It's been fun. Let me know in the comments how your trading journey is going. I think mine is becoming better and better. I'm very excited for next year. So, happy Saturday. Oh, I can't speak words. Happy Saturday. Get some rest. Shakira.